Welcome back, everybody. 'Tis the season for my cranberry eggnog French toast. Blackstone 36-inch griddle. I have these two right burners on high, a little cast iron bowl. Of course, you have to have 100% pure maple syrup. This one's actually from Quebec. So shout out to anybody watching from Canada. You have to have 100% pure maple syrup. Tell me where you are watching from. Tell me what kind of maple syrup you like, what state, what province you like your maple syrup to be from. To that, we're gonna add fresh cranberries. As a general rule of thumb, I err on the side of caution. I like to crack one egg per thick slice of toast. I've noticed over the years it's better to have too much batter than to run out of batter. Use a fork to whisk the eggs. And you know me, I'm the coffee creamer guy, but cranberry eggnog French toast calls for eggnog. It should be predominantly egg with a heavy eggnog influence. I think we've accomplished it. And a little cinnamon. You could also throw in some nutmeg if you want to. Brioche bread. If I can give a recommendation, it is, if at all possible, find an unsliced loaf of brioche. The taller, the better. Brioche, of course, a delicious bread that has a heavy egg content. And like I mentioned earlier, the thicker the slices, the better. We want this to look good. We want it to be decadent. You could go with thin slices, but that's not my recommendation. Okay, well, maybe there is a limit. That's probably too thick right there. Probably 3/4 of an inch to an inch thick. Let's get over here and check our syrup. You can see we're starting to get some bubbles. These cranberries will pop. They will literally pop and infuse the pure maple syrup with beautiful red cranberry. You can see these ones have already popped. Beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow, we will make some French toast. Might need to lower the burner, adjust the temp. If I need to, I can move this over here where the griddle is a little bit cooler. Whatever it takes to keep it from boiling over. Reminds me, there was an old 80s coffee company and their jingle used to be, fill it to the rim with brim. I've always liked to put a little bit of oil down at the beginning of all my cooks. So I always want to start my cooks and I always want to end my cooks with a thin coat of oil. Nice and slick, like an ice skating rink. Time to dip. So in with those thick slices of brioche. I use a fork to tip it. You want the bread to absorb the batter, but if you leave it in there too long, it's gonna get too soggy. So I like to put them down at the same time. We'll put them in a little plastic dish. Over to my griddle. Now I do have some variability. I'm off over here on the left because I don't want my syrup to boil over. I'm off here and then I'm on low and low. Because this is a 36-inch griddle, this is still very, very hot. It's all gonna depend on how many burners you have. If you're on a 17-inch griddle that has one burner, you're either up high or medium or low. When you have 4 heat zones, gives you a few more options. When you're doing French toast or pancakes, you wanna be low to medium low heat. Gonna grab some butter in with the fork lift down into that beautiful butter. You could immediately see the eggs setting up on the side of the toast. We're gonna check the color. Ooh, we're getting close. We want golden brown, but nobody wants burned French toast. You can use any spatula, but the Signature series is a little thicker, so I like the old generic paper thin spatulas. Go underneath and give it a flip. Exactly what I want it to look like. Oh my goodness. Hard to tell you how long, but that was probably about 1.5 minutes on the first side, maybe 2 minutes. Use your spatula, check underneath the toast. As soon as you see the golden brown accents, give it a flip. Meanwhile, I can scoot that syrup over if I want to make sure that it continues to simmer. My wife just reminded me, one thing I like to point out in my previous videos is you can move this against the edge of the griddle. If you want to make sure that edge looks perfect, you can do something like that. You can scoot it over here like this. Since it's so thick, that'll help to make sure you don't have any raw egg on the edge of your toast. I'll show you what it looks like. It looks absolutely spectacular. Time to plate it up. Oh my goodness. The syrup, beautiful red color, perfect for this time of year. A little bit of powdered sugar on top, and take a look at that. It looks so delicious. You know I need to get in there for a big old slice. Let's give it a try in Narnia. And if you're gonna go all out and make this, please get that pure maple syrup. It's where it's at. It's a special treat for your friends, your family, or for yourself. And don't forget, the brioche is key. You could make this with regular bread, but it's not gonna be like this. And it has cranberries, so between us, you could consider it health food. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna get this recipe up at blackstoneproducts.com. Make sure you're watching all my friends on the Blackstone Network. And until next time, this is Todd. I'm saying praise the Lord and pass the cranberry eggnog French toast.